great show today, UFC Unfiltered, but again, that's for you to determine. Not only do we have a MeUndies read, which everyone always loves, we have Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the phone, we have Lando Vannata on the phone. I kept calling him Landon while we talked to him, but that is his proper name. I'm not wrong. I do my Nicholson impression. Oh, I don't want to blow it right now, but you're gonna love it. And then more importantly, we have Matt Serra's family makes a quick appearance. Enjoy.
He may finish it here. He's out. It is all over. Knockout. He got rocked.
UFC and Digital Media present UFC Unfiltered with Jim Norton and Matt Serra, powered by Digital Media. Find your voice. And now, your hosts, Jim Norton and Matt Serra.
We are your hosts. I mean, that's very correct. Welcome to UFC Unfiltered. Good show today. Dale Earnhardt Jr. is calling in. I guess he is racing the Daytona 500. Is that what it is? And we also have Lando Vannata calling in, who, if you haven't seen Lando fight, he is a lightweight. He is fighting on the main card of it. I want to say, is it 209? Oh, I love when I can remember numbers really well. And he's really, really fun to watch. A New Jersey guy out of Neptune, New Jersey. Like what? Jack Nicholson. I'll do my Jack Nicholson impression.
Let me hear it.
Hey, welcome to the show. He's going to go fucking nuts. He's going to go, Nicholson's there with you. Hey, here's UFC Unfiltered. He's going to go crazy for my Nicholson.
That was your Nicholson?
Oh, come on. Matt's in awe. He's going to go, how did you get Nicholson in there? I'm going to go, we're both from Neptune, New Jersey. What exit? Oh, he's going to go crazy.
When was that fight that we just watched just now from Lando when he did that spinning?
John Makdessi. One of the best. That
Wow.
was the walk-off home run of kicks.
Wow.
Walk-off home run of kicks. That was
up there with Barbosa's.
Yeah, over with Terry Adam. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I don't know when that was. December.
Oh, that was in December?
Yeah. And he fought
man, that was as perfect as it gets.
Yeah. That guy kick just dropped. And he didn't run over.
That's a tough guy, Odessi, too. The guy could take a beating.
Yeah. But he got square in the mouth.
Oh, man. They always say the shots you don't see. And that thing. And that he did a Mark Hunt type walk off after that.
Yeah.
He landed that thing and was just like, done.
When Ali knocked out George Foreman, there's a moment where he hits Foreman and Foreman is falling. And Ali went to go in again, and then he stopped. And whoever was talking about the fight said it was almost as if Ali didn't want to ruin the visual of him going down. Like, he knew it was beautiful to watch him.
Yeah.
And that's how you felt like you watched when he knocked out Makdessi. He knew he was done, and there was no reason to wreck it just quietly. Yeah. Well, he didn't even react when he knocked him down.
You see that rope-a-dope stuff? You can get away with that like he did that really. Muhammad Ali versus Foreman. He was up against the ropes, and Foreman's trying to work them, but the ropes, they got some give.
Sure.
And you got those big gloves on, even with a beast like Foreman back in the day throwing at you. You can't really, it reminds me almost like when Travis was up against the cage when he was a little hurt, and you got the Black Beast swinging on
Smaller
him.
gloves.
Smaller gloves. The cage has zero give.
Yeah.
So it's just a different, I wouldn't recommend the rope-a-dope.
No. Although Foreman, though.
Not to mention there's no rope.
Is there anybody in the UFC that hits as hard as George Foreman in 1974? I don't know. There's some guys, Ngannou throws a punch, Mark Hunt throws a punch. There's some guys that throw punches, but George Foreman in 1974, it was literally like a machine with fucking cannonballs. Yeah. He hit.
It's true.
He destroyed Joe Frazier.
You also got to
6 knockdowns.
Take into consideration it'll be a little bit more blunt. I guess the word would be right.
A small glove,
small 4-ounce gloves. Come on.
Yeah, big difference.
That might be a little. So even if it's not just as powerful, that'll make up some difference there.
Yeah, I'm working on, because they've been switching out commentators with Rogan. I understand who else is doing it now. Dominic Cruz and John Anik together are doing it with a 209 with Joe.
Anik will be the lead guy with Rogan, and then Cruz will be the third guy.
Yeah, they've asked me to jump in there a little bit, and I've already getting my catchphrases and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like when Derek Lewis is throwing, I'm gonna go, he's throwing some punches with bad intentions.
That's not bad.
They're gonna love it.
That's what I think about stuff like that, whether it's commentary or even like catchphrases. Like, I'm thinking about ending the show, being like Ron Burgundy with the Stay Classy San Diego. I don't know. I always say movie comedies that Jimmy doesn't watch, but like just something like, all right, stay positive, people.
That's cool.
No,
Yeah.
Stay classy. That's already taken.
Yeah, stay
What else
classy.
No, stay classy.
How about this? Hey, all right, that's another episode. Hey, remember, don't filter yourself.
That's not going to stick.
UFC Unfiltered. But you got to do first. You got to go. You got to do the click like that so they know that to listen. Yeah.
You try. Don't filter yourself.
Don't filter yourself.
And remember, don't filter yourself.
Like Dr. Laura would say,
That's
go
not
take
gonna
on the day. All right, maybe it won't.
What does she say?
It was awful. She would always go take on the day.
Who would say that?
Stupid Dr. Laura.
I don't want to listen to her.
Nah, me and you need both.
Is she still on?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
She's a smart lady, but
We have a lot. Hey,
annoying.
listen, we have Dale Earnhardt Jr. calling in. Did we already say that?
we did, and we also said Lando Vannata's calling
I
in.
don't know what's going on. And Lando, man, oh my God, I want to talk to him. And is he fighting again soon?
Oh my God, 209.
What?
I just said that. Yeah, he's fighting. Who's he fighting on 209?
Best is when we have to go over exactly what we just went over a
Yeah.
second ago. I'm listening to me. I might be shot. What is it?
No.
What's he fighting?
He's fighting on 209.
I know you said that, but who?
Okay,
Who?
one
Who? Who?
Hold on, let me. He did it. I should answer this. David Teymur.
David who?
David Teymur.
Oh shoot. That's I mean Lando, man, that guy's got a lot of potential. And his only loss is when he took that fight on short notice to Tony Ferguson. Is that correct?
2 weeks notice, yeah.
2 weeks notice, and in a fight where he had Tony in trouble in the beginning.
Knocked him down. I mean, he really stunned him with a kick. And I think he made a mistake, though, when he went on top of Tony. I think he should have let him back up. That was personally, again, it's easy for me to say sitting here as I pinch my fat.
Well, when
but
you
I'm
get
just
him on
saying.
the phone, you set him straight.
Well, I will never tell a fighter what they should have done. Because like you said, that's annoying. But
No,
if I'm
I know.
curious about something, I'll ask, like, what
No,
was
of
you
course.
thinking? And when I saw Ferguson was so hurt, and then Ferguson wrapped him up and kind of recovered.
Well, I would ask him. I would always say, listen, in hindsight, we all know it's 2020.
Sure.
But what would you do differently? Would you have done this differently? That's
Yeah,
all.
would you have? Or
There's always a better way of saying it because
Yeah, I'm
as
curious.
a fighter, I'll tell you, there's
It's
people
annoying.
that would come up to you and be like, you know what you should have done? I'd be like, really? What I should have done?
I always ask why they didn't. And there's a difference because it's like they have a reason for it. And I'd like to know the reason. I'm not informed on the reason. To say should have, I don't know about that. He might have a great fucking armbar. He might have a great choke. And he might have said, I wanted to put a little choke on him. He wouldn't say it like that. But when I do I'm going to ask him as Jack, why didn't you get up and strike with Tony Ferguson again?
I wish I could do an impersonation.
Oh, me too. Wish I could do one.
You know?
I do anyone. You name him, I do him. That's just what I do. I do impressions. I can't help it. Gifted.
All right, do Chris the producer.
Hold on. That's Chris the producer. That's all he says.
That's pretty
Hold
much
on.
it. That's a hard one to do.
Oh, here's Chris producer. Here's my impression of Chris producer. Waving the reeds at us. Then again, that's how the bills get paid.
It's true.
But here's my impression of Chris the producer. Matt, what's his name? Jim Norton. I don't know. Chris the producer. Here's the name. That's what he does. He knows the names we're supposed to know.
That's pretty much.
He knows what we're supposed to know.
I think you got that down, Pat.
And we're promoting also, obviously, 209 Woodley versus Thompson 2, the rematch. Tremendous fight coming up. That is March the 4th, Saturday. That's not this Saturday. It's next Saturday. Of course, the main event is Tyron Woodley, the welterweight champion, against Thompson. You all know that. Khabib Nurmagomedov against Tony Ferguson, numbers 1 and 2 in the lightweight division.
I can't believe it. That's right. That's 2 weeks.
That's the co-main. And people are forgetting the middleweight. Rashad fighting at middleweight now. Has he fought at middleweight before?
He was supposed to be on the New York card. He had whatever issue.
It was knee or something, right? Or he was not cleared to fight?
It was just medically.
This is his first middleweight fight?
Yeah.
He's fighting Dan Kelly, and it's odd to see a guy later fight lighter. I'm surprised he wants to cut that weight, unless he's just walking around lighter. And then, of course, Lando Vannata against David Teymur. And Overeem Mark Hunt, that's a fight I'm really looking forward to.
Man,
That's the first fight of the main card.
Wow, this is a hell of a card.
Amazing.
A hell of a card. I can't wait for the Khabib versus Ferguson. I can't wait for that. I can't. Listen,
Dude.
you know what's messed up about this is that on March, for Valentine's Day, it's hard. I've been with my wife maybe like 15 years altogether, but I've been with her almost married. Like it's gonna be 10 years.
10
in May.
wonderful years.
10 wonderful years. No, never problems. And not one fight.
Really?
No, I hate when people say that. It's the worst joke ever. You see like on our Facebook or something. Honey, happy anniversary. Married 10 years. And to think we never had a fight. Oh, fucking die.
And then people are supposed to laugh.
And then people go, that means you really,
That's only funny if the police show up at your house a lot and it's like a real gallows humor joke and not one real fight. Meanwhile, you're taken out in cuffs every other weekend.
Meanwhile, you always showing up in a black eye at a PTA meeting.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wait, I'm going to get back to this.
We have the phones? Do we have Dale Earnhardt Jr. here?
This is Tiff. I am going to hand him the phone right now.
Oh,
Okay.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi, Dale. You're talking to Matt and Jim. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, guys.
How great is it to have somebody who actually hands you the phone? That's when you know you're in a good position in life, when someone makes the call and hands you the phone.
That's how you know you made it.
It definitely is nice.
Hey, what did you your father was obviously such a legendary racer. What did you want to do before you raced? Or when you were a little kid, you like, I want to be like Dad, or did he try to get you to do something else?
He didn't care. I was just, I wanted to definitely do what he was doing. He was, it looked like his whole world was exciting. People admired him, and he celebrated wins and successes, and that looked fun. But I don't know that he was too concerned about what I was going to end up doing as a youngster. We just kind of followed him around any opportunity we got.
Sure. I mean, and you must be like an adrenaline-driven person. We all get our adrenaline different ways. Some guys, jump out of planes or whatever. What else do you do to get that high? Because life in general, when you're racing for a living, how else do you feel good? I mean, it's got to be hard to compete with that.
Well, we don't have a whole lot of opportunity to fill the time in between races. The race season is pretty long. We start in February and race all the way through November. But I've had opportunity to get into the announcer's booth a couple times, and to be honest with you, that's pretty exciting to be able to be in the booth and see the race and try to articulate what's going on to the fans. I get a rush from that. I've enjoyed that a lot. So that would be one area where I'd say that I've found some excitement.
Is that something you might want to do? Because there's been some talk of your retirement. Do you want to retire, or is that just people saying, well, he's 42 now, maybe, he should look at that? Or is that something you thought of?
I'm ready to one day, but not this season. I expect to race a couple more years beyond this year.
And you were,
I did enjoy the broadcasting quite a bit.
And you were racing in the. Did you come in second in the race your dad was killed in?
Yes, I did.
It's a sad story, but it's also an amazing story. And I'm sure you've covered it before, but we've never had the opportunity to ask you. So when that occurred, did you know at that moment something very bad had happened, or did you find how, what was that like for you at that moment?
I sensed that there was something different about that particular accident, and I ran immediately out of the car to the Infield Care Center to see my father, and they had already rushed him to the hospital. So we ran to the hospital as fast as we could, and I saw him over there just momentarily. Very frightening, horrifying experience, and just a very difficult thing to go through, knowing not only me but how many other people were affected by that at that moment.
And were you guys close? Because I'm hearing you guys are, you were racing against each other. So did you guys have a close relationship?
We did. I was driving for him in his car. So he owned the car that I was competing in, and he had two cars in the race, and the other car won the race. So we finished first and second in cars he owned as his team. And we were very close.
And did you ever think of retire? Like when that happened, was there a thought for you like, wow, I can't do this, or I shouldn't do this?
Yeah, sure. I didn't want to go back to the track after that.
And how long did it take you, and what finally convinced you?
Well, I had to. I had sponsors and responsibilities and contracts, and there's so many strings attached to the whole thing that it wasn't just a decision that I could make on a whim.
And you are racing February the 28th. It's 2:00 on Fox, and that is that's the Daytona 500. So we have to promote. That is what you're promoting. And what's your process before a race? Like, obviously, you got to be a certain weight. You guys are like jockeys in a way. Like every pound counts, and it's so much more goes into it than people realize.
Well, the drivers are weighed before the race, and they add or subtract weight from the vehicle depending on how much the driver weighs, and they do that in 10-pound brackets. So I'm 181. If I had been anywhere in the 170 bracket, they would add 5 pounds to my car, which is not really a good thing. So heavier you are, I think the lighter your race car can be. To a point, that's an advantage. But it's not too much of an advantage to be either one. Be really light or really heavy on the racetrack. The cars all weigh about the same. and NASCAR controls the weight of the cars due to how they weigh the drivers.
One of the most fascinating things to me, or to any casual race fan, because I know very little about it, is when you guys are going around and you jump into a pit stop. How long are you in the pit stop, and exactly what do they do when you pull in?
A great pit stop is about 11.5 to 12.5 seconds. They'll change 4 tires and put 22 gallons of fuel in the tank.
In 12 seconds?
Yes.
So when you pull into a gas station and you're stuck behind somebody, do you want to murder them?
No, actually, the older you get, the more relaxed I think you get, but also I get a lot of my satisfaction for speed and all that on the racetrack. So I'm pretty tame on the highway.
Oh, so when you're driving, you're not impatient with everybody. You're pretty much a 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock regular suburban driver because you've gotten it out of your system.
Yeah. If somebody does something stupid, I'll be calling them out. But for the most part, I'm not in no hurry on the highway. Do you
have road rage?
Who doesn't?
But I know, but if I have it, it's different than if you have it because you're so much more qualified to handle it. What's that? Because you're so much of a better driver that you could really, really make somebody look ridiculous, and I would probably have an accident.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get myself into trouble, so I'm not trying to act on my rage. But yeah, I mean, you get frustrated with things you see out on the interstate.
And you're married. How did you meet your wife? Did you meet her through racing, or how did you meet her?
Actually, I was building a new home about 9 years ago, and she was part of the design team.
Oh, wow.
That we had hired this design team to build it, and she was part of that. And as soon as I saw her, I thought she was the most beautiful woman I've ever seen in my life.
And because I've worked with women, like whether it was helping me like pick out furniture or something, but I'm always scared to ask them to go out. So did you know her for a while, and then you're like, yeah, I'm going to ask her out, or did you just kind of know it would work?
I knew her for a while. It took us a while to get to where we had the opportunity to go out. You
were voted NASCAR's most popular driver for a 14th consecutive time following the 2016 season. Now, at what point did you realize like there's really not much other competition? Like the fact that you're winning this, do you worry about winning this every year, or do you know it's pretty much a lock? Now, I know you don't want to sound cocky, but let's be honest.
Right. Yeah, you don't make any assumptions. There's some new guys coming in the sport. Chase Elliott is one guy that I think will be winning plenty of most popular driver awards in his future. But there's a new guard there's all these young guys that are coming in that know really well the in and outs of social media. They work a lot of different platforms much better than the old guard, and they are reaching fans in a new way. And so that's gonna start to bring those guys to the top and raise their popularity and raise their profile. So. Yeah, you don't take anything for granted. I don't worry about winning it because if I were to lose it, I would certainly be happy for whoever achieved that because it's a pretty unique, fun thing to be rewarded with.
That's why you win it. That, by the way, you just explained why you win it because you're a nice guy. I'd be happy for the next guy that won it. So people like that; they can feel that you're a genuine guy. That's why I would lose it because I'm very competitive and I would really hate on whoever beat me. People can sense that you're a gentleman. What other sports do you watch? Do you watch NASCAR like when you're not doing it? Or are you so sick of it that you want to watch something else just as opposed to racing?
Yeah, I would like here it is. Okay, that's hard to explain, but I was out of the car for 6 months last year, so I had this experience. I don't like watching it on TV. I got other things I could be doing around the house that are more interesting to me than to watch it on TV. But I want to be at the track watching it. So if I had my choice of watching the race, I would watch it if I could be there in person every time, every opportunity. But to watch it on TV is a little frustrating for me. I don't know.
Now, Dale, I'm a former fighter, and there's movies on fighting that are just horrendous. There's other ones that kind of capture the moment. Is there any movie? I know Tom Cruise had that movie back in the day. I forgot what it was. It was a race car movie. There's Talladega Nights. Is there any movies that kind of capture the
Bobby
feel?
Deerfield?
What is that? Is that a movie?
I'm
sorry. It is. That's an old school movie.
I think they're most of the movies that they've done for NASCAR haven't done a great job of actually capturing what the sport's about or what you might experience if you were to go in person. One of my favorite stock car movies or NASCAR movies is called Last American Hero, which it was made in 70. or 72, and it starred Jeff Bridges when he was just getting going as an actor, and had a lot of good actors in there that were prominent today. But that one was more real. Grease Lightning was a movie about
Wendell
Scott, and
Richard Pryor,
starred by Richard Pryor. That as well is, I think, a realistic portrayal of the sport, especially in that era. So those two are probably my favorites. There's been a couple movies in the past couple of years that have came out about F1 that have been pretty good. But as far as stock car movies, there aren't many modern takes that I think are realistic or were intended to be more realistic, So obviously I liked Talladega Nights. I thought it was funny.
You had a little part in that. Did you have a cameo?
Yeah, I did.
You had Will Ferrell asking for his autograph.
Yeah.
So that's not realistic in Talladega Nights when their cars crash and then they were racing on foot to finish the race.
That's where they lost my interest.
They jumped the shark on that one.
Yeah.
You had some concussion-like, or a concussion or concussion-like symptoms. Do you know exactly what caused it?
Yeah, it was a cumulative wrecks throughout last season. We had maybe half a dozen good hard licks. Those piled up, and the symptoms. Typically, when I had dealt with this issue before in my career, you would know it immediately after the accident that you were affected or you had an issue. In the way that it came on very slowly, much like the flu or a cold might come in real easy and slow over the period of a week. So I had these subtle issues that kind of became worse and worse over a period of about 7 or 8 days. And this was long after the last accident. So that really confused me, and it made the diagnosis a little bit more challenging, or we sort of misdiagnosed it for a few days before we finally got in front of the right people.
And any concerns? You talk about concussion or hitting your head. Even though you guys are as well protected as you probably can be in that situation, is there any concern with like CTE or having any type of long-term effects or problems with memory or anything?
I talked to my doctor. If you sit around and read enough articles, you can wear yourself to death about some of the stories out there, or their experiences that some of the veterans from the NFL or what have you are having. You can certainly put a lot of concern and worry into your life. But the one thing that I get comfort in, I suppose, is what I'm hearing from my own doctor. And this doctor is Mickey Collins from Pittsburgh, and he sees about 25 patients a day. He works with the Steelers and the Pittsburgh Penguins, as well as many other athletes. He also sees kids and just people from all walks of life that are dealing with this type of problem. So he has a lot of experience, I guess, is what I'm getting at. And he's told me that what he sees in me doesn't concern him as far as my long-term health beyond driving the car. So I can gain confidence in that.
Sure.
I want to continue to compete, and he's gave me the green light that he feels comfortable that I can without putting myself in danger.
Well, you will also, too, in football, one of the main problems they have is in practice. It's not just the game. Like, even when you're fighting, you're not always getting hit full force. And in football, you're practicing. People forget. They just think the games. It's like, no, it's the hours of practice that really cause the damage. So I guess it's a little different. Like, you don't crash often, or you don't bang your head that often.
I don't want to minimize one or the other, but you're right. I mean, these football players have played Pop Warner. They've played college,
right,
high school. They got 2-a-day practices every day. I mean, they're continuously in this environment, and there's a lot more. It's the continuous, repetitive events over these years that are getting these guys the long-term issues. And I think you get in front of the right doctors and sit down and get continue to get educated. It's tremendous what you can learn about concussions and how they're able to treat them these days. And they're still learning today. We're sort of in this renaissance, I guess, of doctors really understanding how to get to it and get it right and get it fixed.
And this is your first race back after missing the second half of the 2016 season, recovering from that concussion. Do you watch? I know you're a casual UFC fan. Have you ever been to one of the fights live? Ever been to an event?
Yeah, I was at the I went to one where Misha Tate won the title.
Oh, yeah.
And Diaz choked out McGregor. That was an incredible experience. I'd never been to a fight before, so boy, did I pick the best, best first fight to go to.
That's a good first fight.
I mean, my God, it was incredible. And I've been a fan. I was a fan before, but daggone, man, that locked me in right there.
Isn't it amazing when you're watching it? Because again, I've never fought either. The energy of when these guys are walking out to fight, the way the lights go out and the music comes, and when you know that two guys are walking or two women are walking to just fight in a cage, there's a real energy there you can't describe unless you're sitting in the room.
Yeah, I think that there's, you're watching these two guys, and they're literally the only two guys in the room that have the balls to get in there. And so we're, as fans, every one of us in that theater are sitting there with that admiration of, man, these guys are really two badass dudes and or females that have more nerve and guts, and to get in there and go through that type of warfare, it's just there's nothing comparable on this earth as to what you see in a UFC fight. There's nothing more raw and unfiltered in sport, and it harks back to the gladiator days of Rome and Greece, and it's just incredible when you witness it in person that the guts that it takes to climb in there is much less to win and be the best. I mean, just the balls and the guts that it takes to make, to get in there and do the work, to train, to make the weight, and then to show up and dominate somebody. You got to feel like you're on top of the world when you come out of there with a victory.
You sure do, Dale. No, I'm only kidding. Sorry, I used to fight. No, listen, I'll tell you, he described that amazingly.
Even the thing about the gladiators, because when people, there's no more emperor, but when people are like, whoa, like that's the thumbs down. When people, they're not happy. You know what I mean? People even react the same way. If it's not moving fast enough, they let their displeasure be known.
It's true.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we appreciate you calling, Dale. Let's also properly promote the Daytona 500, February the 26th, 2:00 Eastern on Fox. And you are driving number 88 Nationwide Chevrolet SS for the 2017 Daytona 500. And, you're a real legend.
Yes,
so it's really fun to talk to you. And good luck, man. And welcome back. We're glad you're racing again.
I appreciate all the kind words. It was a great time to talk to you guys, too. And I hope that we can talk again soon. So
yeah, maybe we'll see you at a fight. After you win this, maybe we'll see you at a fight.
Let's do it. I'm ready to go.
All right, Dale. Take care.
Thanks a lot.
See ya.
Bye.
Thanks, what a nice
guy. Really nice dude. But I'm amazed that
man, he explained. That was awesome.
Yes.
How he described that, the respect he had.
It's better than I do. I try to describe it. I never do a good job.
That was fantastic. It got me motivated.
Yeah. Made me want to go take some jujitsu myself.
Yes, and you're going to. Jimmy came down with us the other day, Chris, the producer.
I know, he saw me a little bit.
Yeah, man. After last episode, we took a trip down, me, him, and our buddy Harley Flanagan.
Yes.
And
I've never felt so safe on the train.
Yeah, you got me ready to arm lock somebody. If somebody messes with Jimmy, Harley's gonna bite him and look for a beer bottle to break. I mean, yeah, we had his back. But yeah, what a fun time with that wild man. But we gave him the tour of the place, Henzo Gracie's Academy.
It's great.
Over on 30th between 7th and 8th Avenue.
I loved it when I walked in. The gym smell is never pleasant, and I love when I walked in. I really like this place. Like I want to take some.
It makes you want to get on the mat. And you saw everybody's very friendly.
They're all nice.
Well, everybody's giving me hugs.
Yeah,
I'm a hugger.
Well, yeah, but you're walking in there with you is not necessarily indicative of how it's going to be for me.
Well, I'm like
you're
the
a
alumni
legend
over there.
Yeah,
I'm
just a new guy who's going to say karate chops a lot and really annoy everybody. Teach me how to throw some karate chops.
No, you're going to have a great time.
I got to buy a gi. I don't have a gi.
They got them there.
Maybe I tell them I don't wear a gi.
It's a one-stop shop. You go there,
you get them?
Gi, buy a Henzo Gracie shirt.
I won't wear a Henzo shirt until I've actually taken a few because I'll feel like a poser. It's almost like if you go to one Sabbath concert, then you go out and buy Sabbath shirts, and people are like, you a Sabbath fan? You're like, well, I saw him once. Like I got to do it a little bit before I earn the right to wear a shirt that's got his name. Because then I'm just trying to have the image. You take jujitsu? Well, I don't want to brag.
Yeah.
Then I got my fucking teeth knocked out.
One of my for Christmas, one of my black belts, Big Ronnie, got me a nice Henzo Gracie Academy almost like one of those baseball jackets.
Yeah.
It's the Henzo, and I don't like baseball, so it's perfect. I like those jackets, but I'm not going to wear a baseball. I hate baseball.
I won't wear one.
But now I can wear that and be like, damn right, Henzo Gracie, but it's a little too cold for that. I'm going to wear that soon.
Well, you could wear it because you're
I'm
Matt
looking
Serra.
forward to that. Oh yeah! Oh hell yeah! I'm a black belt.
Yeah, certainly are.
What about when he's bringing up all and it takes so much guts? Oh, thanks, Dale. The guy doesn't probably know I fight.
But he's right.
That's great.
He's correct.
Let me tell you. I remember there was a quote from I remember an interview with when one of the first celebrities to actually go to a live UFC event. It was back in the day when it was more of a freak show, like UFC #3, and it was your buddy Gary Busey.
Oh God!
And
what did he say? That was the best football game I've ever seen.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh God! Dude, I think I should get checked out. Why do I get lightheaded when you make me laugh?
Because you have a.
Why is that?
It's
Look at me.
Because it's a forcing. It's like
there's no forcing. It's coming out.
No. Not you're not forcing.
Yeah.
But your body in the act of laughing is just forcing air out.
Do I look normal to you right now?
Yeah, a little
when
red.
I look like I'm about to explode. What is that?
'Cause your body.
You might actually kill me. But you're killing me.
I'll tell you what it is. Your body is forcing air out, and when you're forcing air out, it's forcing blood into your head. That's you laugh hardy. You have a real hardy laugh.
I'm a hardy. Yeah.
You're a hardy laugher.
Laugh, hardy appetite.
Absolutely, you're a hardy man.
But so Gary Busey said because it reminded me with all the gladiator talk. He goes, it's a far. I don't know why I remember this, but he goes, it's a far cry from the gladiator days, but it is definitely gladiatorial. I'm like, what the fuck? I swear that's his. They interviewed him, and that's what he said. I remember this like freaking 20 years later.
He's a smart guy and a weird guy.
Yeah, man, I like him already. I want to introduce him. But wait, what were you saying to me earlier about Derek
Lewis, my favorite new guy on Twitter.
Come on, man. What was he?
He won't stop retweeting things that have him talking about where's Ronda's fine ass.
He's retweeting them?
Oh, boy, is he.
Dude, talk about a guy that doesn't give an F.
He does not care.
I mean, look, I don't know if the 3.5 years in prison could do that to somebody.
Sure.
But
it probably makes you realize like what's important and what's not and what's going to hurt you and what's not. And, when you're in prison, from what they tell me, because believe me, I would be the guy cleaning and ironing the socks for Derek while he relaxed. But it's probably, when you're fighting in jail, I'm sure you're afraid a guy's going to hit you with something or cut you with a fucking box cutter. Even cage fighting is nothing compared to, because a guy's not going to pull a weapon and stab you. Well, the worst that can happen is you get knocked out. You're not going to get stabbed.
Man, what, in prison? Who knows?
Yeah.
They got shanks and stuff. You don't know where he was. I mean, listen, that's dangerous. But that guy, I think that guy in prison, he probably had people like making him breakfast and giving him a massage, making his bunk.
If he wanted hash browns, I'd be the one he'd throw the lipstick on, and I'd have to go up and down the tiers sucking dicks until he got his hash browns.
That's great.
But I'll tell you what he would do. If he really wanted me to look sexy or anybody in jail, here's what they would probably do to me.
Do what?
They wouldn't have panties in jail, but they'd probably go, I want Jim to look good. And they'd put a little lipstick on me. I'd go, cut it out, guys. And they'd throw these on. I'd be like, but they're MeUndies. And they'd be like, yeah, but the modal is 3 times softer than cotton. And I like the way your ass feels in them. And I'd go, you know what? I'm insulted / complimented all at the same time. I remember one time I did one night in jail. And it was for a radio stunt. No big deal. And the guy said to me, he goes, picture a world. We're putting on a new pair of underwears and just fresh. He'd say, you're stepping into a better day. I'm like, dude, I don't want to have this discussion. He said, think about it. I said, all right, I will. He said, underwear is the first thing you put on and the last thing you take off. I'm like, yes, sir, it is. Why would you settle for anything less than the best feeling underwear on the planet? And when he said that,
it feels so good.
Kissed me on the neck.
What?
Now, MeUndies focuses solely on producing the most comfortable underwear you've ever experienced. Now, because Matt's lovely wife and children are in the next room, I will not stand up and show you what I'm wearing, but my hand is down the back of my pants, and trust me, I am feeling modal. I am wearing my MeUndies. I wear them every day. I have like 4 pairs. For the price of 2 cocktails, MeUndies will deliver your favorite new pair of underwear right to your doorstep. Better day guaranteed. Of course you can.
Only because they don't see us. Why do you really have to put your hand down your pants? You could just say you were doing it.
Because I'm a truthful person. I'm a truthful person. I don't lie.
But you got to put your hand down your pants, and you said, "I'm doing it." You could just say you were doing it.
I do lie about a lot of things, but not about.
You
my
weren't lying
underpants.
about that.
No, I wasn't.
I thought you were digging for gold down there.
No. I wanted to touch the side to make sure I was in fact wearing them, and I'm like, I am.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I love them.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're not interrupting. That's a fair point.
You know.
You're saying Jim is really touching his underwear, so people know. Wow, we thought Jim was just selling something.
No, that's true.
Jim really did. How can I say this cleanly? Jim has modal on his tush.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Look, here's the deal. Try them on. If they're not the most comfortable, best feeling undies you've ever had, A, you're lying. And they're going to refund and let you keep the first pair for free. So go back to your stupid burlap underpants. Is that what you want to wear?
Not me.
Your stupid burlap underpants with the giant pee hole. They don't fit you right. They don't hug your buttocks. They don't hug your package. They don't have modal. What do you want, cotton?
Can I ask you, who ever used the pee hole? Do you ever use that thing?
I put it in the back for other reasons. All right.
Oh, I walked right into that one.
You backed into it. These uber cozy undies are sold exclusively on the MeUndies website, where you'll enjoy free standard shipping in the U.S.
That was like a double KO. That was like I got knocked down to get back up, and you.
Oh, that was the Bisping Henderson. And a limited time, everyone in my audience, our audience. Can they stop saying my? It's not my audience. It's our audience. It's Matt, Serra, Jim Norton audience.
Thank you.
Gets 20% off.
Remind me to bring up something afterwards about a nice cartoon I sent you the other day. You see that? Nothing perverted.
No.
Okay.
20% off your first order. But you got to go to our special URL. It's MeUndies.com/UFC. With the MeUndies Better Day Guarantee, you have nothing to lose. So don't wait any longer. Go to MeUndies.com/UFC for 20% off your first order.
Ooh.
MeUndies.com/UFC. I really do wear them. Matt really does wear them. And with products, you never know if the hosts are telling the truth. I swear to God, I love these things.
I love MeUndies.
This is UFC Unfiltered with Jim Norton and Matt Serra.
Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans proudly supports UFC Unfiltered. When it comes to the big decision of choosing a mortgage lender, it's important to work with someone you can trust who has your best interest in mind. And with Rocket Mortgage, you'll get a transparent online process that gives you the confidence to make an informed decision. Don't waste time searching through stacks of paperwork. With Rocket Mortgage, you can securely share your financial info to get mortgage approval in minutes. You can even adjust the rate and length of your loan in real time to make sure you get the mortgage solution that's right for you. Whether you're looking to buy a home or refinance your existing mortgage, you can lift the burden of getting a home loan with Rocket Mortgage. Skip the bank, skip the waiting, and go completely online at quickenloans.com/unfiltered. That's QUICKEN loans.com/unfiltered. An equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states. NMLS consumeraccess.org number 3030. All right, we've returned. I went to the restroom and I said hello to Matt's family in the other room.
Yeah.
The kid is so cute, 8 years old, it's her birthday, and they're going to see The Lion King. Yeah. So we're talking about Wicked. And, Matt's wife said it might be a little too adult, that they don't understand the. So we talked about The Wizard of Oz. I'm like, did you ever see it? And his daughter was so cute. And she's like, yeah, when I was a kid, it was scary. She's 8.
Yeah, now she's more confident because she knows some jiu-jitsu, some arm locks, so that witch ain't going to scare her now.
But I guess it's all relative, right? Like when I was a kid, when she was 3, that's being a kid. You're 8, and you've seen a little bit of the world.
But I mean, she's so mature for her age. She's so funny, that kid. She could like I take her to the dentist and this and that. She's talking the lady's ear off. She's just funny, man. She's like me.
Well, they're all confident.
My firstborn. I sent Jimmy.
It was very nice.
Now look, I got this thing on Instagram. They might have made my face a little bit too fat, but that's not bad.
You look happy.
You know what is you? Look at you. You look like a fucking. Look at you. That guy did you right.
I look like I'm saying cheese.
No, they got
my lips are all weird.
There's a cartoon. What do you call this? Just a cartoon of us,
a drawing.
basically a UFC Unfiltered. Okay, and I'm going to give this guy a shout out because this he when he sent this to me, he goes, "I made this. You know what? Let me go I'm going to go to my Instagram and I'm going to, only because this guy deserves a little bit of a shout out.
It's very good.
Because, actually, I'm not going to be able to find this.
What's his name?
I'm not going to be able to find this.
How about
thing.
this?
Oh, wait. Yeah, sure I am.
We could always make a commitment. If you can't find it now, we could always show it to him or mention him on Monday.
You know what it is? I'm just going to say his name because it's on the, it's on the picture.
Yeah, what's his name?
And his name is Max. How do you pronounce that?
Let me see.
Look at that.
Mizrahi. I'm going to guess Mizrahie. Max Mizrahi Design.
Yeah, I mean, this
really
guy,
good job.
What a good job this guy did, no?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm really just blown away. They made me look very powerful, and I like.
They make me laugh saying cheese.
I like that he put a cup of coffee, and I'm holding the belt, and
Yeah.
I have a cup of coffee in my hand.
Yeah, no, but I wish you would have fixed my picture. I'm holding coffee and 3 dildos. That's just not right, Max. It's accurate. It's not right to put in the picture.
Hey, look. Oh, this is what you know. What he wrote? He goes, "I drew up this artwork because I am addicted to this podcast. Jim Norton and Matt Serra, you guys are freaking legends." That's not me writing this. This is him.
I know, and Matt's a legend. I'm not a legend. I'm a funny guy. Matt beat
you're a
GSP.
freaking he just said it right here. You're a legend. I'm laughing so hard at every show. They have great chemistry, and the shows are always super entertaining and hilarious. Can't wait to listen in today. See that?
Thank you.
This guy. Thank you, Max.
Very
and
nice.
good job, Max.
Yeah, it was well done.
Now send me a copy of this. I can put this up somewhere.
Exactly. If you use my image, I'll sue you. Well done.
Thanks, Max. Yeah, you can hear from our lawyers. No, I'm only
It
kidding.
looks good. I don't have a lawyer.
Yeah, me neither. No, yes, I do. Bill Monaco.
Oh.
I call him Wild Bill. But you know what's great about him? He's one of my purple belts, so I pay him by strangling him.
Oh, that's where he fucks up.
Yeah,
he
you
knows
can't
he's
be
gonna
caught
get his
this
arm
week,
broken.
motherfucker. All right.
We have could we try Lando Vannata earlier?
Yeah, let's try him. But
Because
we're
Matt's
done.
on a schedule today because he's a very important business. It's his daughter's birthday, and they're going to see the Lion
Yeah, I
King.
got to take the family to see Lion King because that's a must. Because
Lion King. That's what a lot of people call Trump. Oh shit, politics. I can't wait to do my Nicholson for this kid. He's
man.
gonna love it. But he is fighting on UFC 209, which every time they put a great card, he's fighting David Teymur, and great card after great card after great card. And I know people are like, oh, you're sucking the UFC's dick because you work for him. We do work for him, but the card is great.
shit.
I'm sorry.
And this is what I was saying. I think before is I'm probably gonna get cut off again.
No, you won't.
Valentine's Day. This is what I was about to say before. I had the surprise. My wife. I've been with her a long, long time. So and she loves Valentine's Day, and I try to.
She wants romance.
Well, she wants a little romance. It's not enough having this, hunky beefcake in bed every night.
Absolutely.
That alone is a gift.
She is lucky.
A gift that keeps on giving.
Absolutely.
But
Lucky girl.
the point is this.
Landon, what's up, Landon?
Oh, okay. You scared the hell out of me because I'm trying to get. My point is, I'm like, all right, let me get something. So there's like a place called Oika Castle. It's in Long Island. It's nice, like an old fashioned castle. So I got her a night there for me and her. It's nice, expensive as shit.
Is it a hotel or is it a?
It's a castle. Gonna be / like hotel, like you get to stay there.
Oh,
And
nice.
So yeah, man. I mean, it's not a moat or anything, but it's a freaking, it's like a big castle. They have like weddings there and stuff.
Oh, you stay in a
But
castle?
yeah, so we're staying in a castle,
It's nice.
and but we're doing that on the same day as this. So I'm bringing my iPad.
You have
I'm
to.
gonna have to watch this thing. So
You have
she's
to.
like, wait, you gotta watch the fights. It's our special night. I'm like, well, listen, I mean, you like the fights, don't you? I'm trying to talk her into it. Listen, either way, I gotta listen.
Here's what you
I
gotta
can't miss.
say.
I can't miss this.
You got to say,
What am I gonna avoid the computer for the whole day?
you like the trip to the castle? This is what pays the bills. This is what we got to do.
I like the way you're keeping it low because she's in the next room.
You don't
You
yell.
better be.
You like the trip? No, but I'll make her want
It's
to watch
true,
it.
though. That's
You like the
true.
trip to the castle? Well, this is what pays for the trip
Well,
to the
hey, who do you
castle.
think's paying for this castle?
So you don't say confrontational.
No.
You like the trip to the castle? This is what pays for. Do it as Nicholson. We don't even have a moat. How many people are we losing now? I'm going to do
Here's
Nicholson.
Johnny. That's the only thing I got from him.
Damn good. Damn good. He just improv that, I think.
Thank you. I did improv that.
Really? No, not you.
Oh,
Nicholson.
him?
Yeah.
I'll take any kind of
Good movie,
compliment.
though, right? Very
Oh, yeah.
scary.
And we
Very
haven't
frightening.
seen old Scatman's shit. What's his name?
Scatman Crothers. He's dead.
The guy that was just in here the other day?
Oh, that guy. No.
Oh, he reminded
God,
me of
that's
him.
Right.
Did that guy lose his job? There was a guy that looks like the old black guy from The Shining.
Scatman Crothers.
Yeah, and he came in here the other day right during our live
He was in the
podcast.
Blues Brothers, too.
He what?
Let me tell you a story about Minnie the Moocher.
He was also Kung Fu. He was also the voice for who is that? What's the dog that was the Kung Fu dog? Kung Fu.
Hong Kong Phooey? No.
Hong Kong Phooey, motherfucker.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I can't remember to
Could
stay
you see who's
faithful
the
in a
voice for Hong
relationship.
Kong Phooey? I swear it's him. Or else, yeah, it is.
Hong Kong Phooey,
Hong
number
Kong
one super
Phooey.
guy, right?
I used to love that, man. I used to love that. The dog, and he used to kick some ass. Who is that? Is that the voice of I'm telling you,
I don't
it's
know.
him.
Was that
It
him?
is.
It is, yeah.
I
Look at
did
that.
not know that.
I have so many stupid facts that mean nothing to anybody but me.
That means a lot. I you just taught me something. I didn't know that.
Oh man, I like that Talladega Nights, by the way.
I don't remember it. I saw parts
Yeah,
of it.
you know what it is? You're so funny that you don't find other things funny. I don't know.
I do.
But what? But
Oh, comedy movies. Yeah, man. I don't. Weird
what-
things
now,
make
what
me
is that?
laugh.
Yeah. Like
Weird
I like
things.
anything with Seth Rogen. Like, 'cause
I
it's,
love
I
Seth
could, 'cause I
Rogen.
could keep watching. They have that
Seth Rogen, I love.
You can just keep watching though, because like it doesn't like. I like a lot of stoner movies. I like Pineapple Express. I like Grandma's Boy. I don't know why. I like weed, but that's not the point. I like funny. I don't know. They have
He's
like
a friend of mine. He's great. Oh yeah, you know that Nick Swartzen.
Nick Swartzen I've hung out with. Yeah, more than once. I hung out with him recently with Dana in
Nicholas,
Denver.
You're
We
the
hung out.
strongest boy in the world. He used to do that in his act. He always made me laugh.
Oh, he's.
I know him a
funny.
long time, man. When he's in New York,
He sent you pictures of us.
We have Lando Vannata on the phone. Finally, hi, Landon.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good, buddy. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, sir.
And how are you feeling? You're on a great card, man. The UFC just keeps putting together amazing cards. How are you feeling? You're on a pretty high profile one.
Yeah, man, I'm stoked about it. I mean, it's awesome to be on this 209 card with so many big names on the main card, and it's just stacked from top to bottom. And I feel honored to be on the main card slot.
Well, you deserve to be on there, buddy. After that last kick, let me tell you, that kick, the walk off, what the hell, Lando? That thing. I like to watch fights and keep it like, because we watch so many fights. When I know somebody's gonna be on, I like to watch their fights like on the train coming in, and just in studio, we just watched that fight again, and wow. That's that with what's his name? Joe Odessa?
John Makdessi.
John, yeah. Wow, man. That was a beautiful kick, man. I mean, the second that landed, you just knew it was over.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I didn't even know it landed. Like I threw it and I didn't feel it hit or anything. I just turned around. I saw him falling backwards. I saw the light fading from his eyes, and I just like, all right, I can't hit him again, man. That's mean.
But the fact that you saw that, like, I watched that a few times, and the way you look at him when he's down. Did you ever see Halloween, the original with Jamie Lee Curtis? The way Michael Myers looked at somebody, his head would just kind of tilt to the left. You just enjoyed your work it was so beautiful that you didn't, you kicked him and you watched him fall and you just casually walked away like that's how it was meant to be.
Yeah, thanks for calling me a psychopathic killer, man.
Well, you're in the right line of work.
Yeah, shit, eh? Oh, man.
Well, you're fun to watch, dude.
I don't know. It was just fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
I have a question for you, too, because I've noticed, and it's hard to describe your fighting style because you're so, and Rogan said fluid. That's a great word. You're very, very fast. Your hands are up almost like in a surrender thing, and then your arms are down by your side. And at times it looks like you're river dancing, and then you're throwing a kick. Like, you're extreme. You got to be very hard to train for. But I noticed with your arms hanging down, like, Ferguson is such a good striker. He was able to tag you a few times. Are you a little concerned that with the level of striking in the UFC, that could be a problem to you, even though you can really take a shot?
Nah, absolutely not. Like, I have great distance, great timing, great reactions. My flips and my counters, my pulls, my rolling, my blocking skills are top notch. The reason you saw Tony start picking me apart is just because I got tired. I had absolutely nothing left in me in that second round, and I just went out there and gutted it out. We watched that first round, and I pieced him up, I tore him apart. When I was fresh and had gas in the tank, he didn't stand a chance. And, I feel like that's how it's going to go against 99% of the strikers in this game. I'm on a different level striking than all of them.
Yeah, and in a weird way, some of your movement reminds me of Wonder Boy in that, like, you seem to be very comfortable with your kind of your head being exposed, knowing that you're going to be able to get out of the way. And there was one point with Ferguson where I want to say it was 2 or 3 consecutive punches you ducked under. It was really a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah, he came in charging hard and flipped and rolled and found my exits.
And you got the nickname Groovy at Jackson Wink by Cub Swanson. We were dying to know, why they call you Groovy.
Hey, watch the fighting style, man. Personality, it's who I am, it's how I fight.
Oh, it was just for that. Okay,
it's a reflection of me.
You're just groovy. What made you go out there?
Yeah.
I'm from Jersey as well. And what made you go out to Jackson Wink? Did you intend on fighting when you went out to New Mexico?
Yeah. So actually, I lived in Jersey. I mean, just to clarify a little bit, everybody thinks I'm from Jersey. I'm from Jersey. I only lived there till I was 10, and then I moved to Florida.
Oh.
And then and that's where I began wrestling, was in Florida.
So I started wrestling out there, and then I ended up going to Jackson's for a month during the summertime when I was 16. Made a lot of friends, became close with the coaches and the team, and just knew that eventually I'd go back, and it happened sooner than later.
Now, who do you hold a purple belt under in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
It's my buddy PJ Morales.
Nice, and I
It's
see your
buddy.
okay.
I think he's under Nuva and Naya or something like that. I'm not really sure.
Oh, good.
Even that was like, I haven't rolled in a gi in nearly 6 years.
Okay, but you still rolling obviously without the gi.
Yeah. No gi all the time. But
And now,
I haven't done gi in ages.
And when I'm looking here and I see you're an NCAA Division I wrestler, when did you start the striking? Because I mean, when did you start that?
6 years ago.
You
When I
started
came out
striking 6 years ago?
here. Yeah. I mean, I came out here with pretty much zero striking skills.
Is that amazing to anybody else but me in the studio?
Yeah, the speed,
What the hell's
the
that,
speed
man?
with your arms down by your side, the speed you're getting your arms up is really amazing, man.
Yeah. Man, just, I don't know. I guess I've always been athletic. I've always been explosive, but I picked things up quick, and I fell in love with striking. I created my own style, and it just seems to work.
Created your own style. I like that. No, but listen, man. I mean, listen. Like they say that the in the octagon or the ring, that's like you're canvassed and you're an artist and all that stuff, and that's what it looks like, man. I love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you're expressing.
You're
You're expressing
improvisation
yourself.
in there too.
Sorry.
There's no routine when I go in there. It's just improvisation. It's what can we create today.
I am.
It's all fresh. It's all new.
Yeah, it feels that way.
Jimmy, I thought he was going to say that he was, I started in karate at
Right.
5. I can't believe 6 years ago you started striking. That's amazing to me. That really is amazing to me in a good way.
And you were 8-0, and your
appreciate that.
first fight in the UFC is against the number 1 ranked lightweight against Ferguson, and you took it on 2 weeks' notice. I mean, it was a tremendous fight considering how. Why you said you had nothing left in the second round? Why was that?
Oh, I mean, literally, I came, they called me on a Monday, and that was the first day of a fight camp that I was preparing for in August. So I had an 8-week camp planned, and they called me on my first day of camp. I just got done drinking beers, roaming around, not doing jack. And they called me, and they were like, hey, you want to fight Tony Ferguson in 2 weeks? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. That first round was such a high intensity. Tony keeps a really high pace. You got to keep a high pace to fight with him. I just didn't have the gas in the tank. I mean, I gave everything I had in that first round. And by the end of it, I was exhausted. I don't even remember anything in the corner. I couldn't hear my coaches. All I could hear was my heart pounding in my chest and my ears and my face. I had nothing in me.
Yeah, shit, man. I've been there. Now, listen, that fight, that's the worst feeling. That fight that you were getting ready for for 8 weeks. You about to get into a camp. Was that a fight scheduled for the UFC or no?
No, that was for RFA.
Okay. Yeah, Ed Soares'
some
thing.
cool show for RFA. Yeah. I think it was supposed to be at Bike Week, Sturgis. That was going to be cool. But the Tony fight, which is even better.
Oh, man. Well, I'll tell you, listen, when they come knocking, you really have to answer the phone. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, with that fight, Lando, it's not like your stock went down. That might be your first loss, but look what Tony Ferguson is now. And I'll tell you right now, I don't think I've seen anybody else do that to him.
No.
You know what I mean? Where you almost, you had him doing the funky, instead of the El Kukui dance, he was doing the funky chicken dance in that first round.
Right.
And then,
all over the place.
and then of course, listen, man, I mean, like I've told Jimmy and I've said before, I was never afraid of getting hurt in there, but I'm always afraid of getting tired in there. That's the worst feeling in the world.
It's the worst feeling. Absolutely the worst, man. Nothing can compare to that feeling. It's just pure dread.
It is dread because everything in you, your heart wants to go on, but everything in you is saying, just get me out of here. It's
I
crazy.
remember I came out for that second round and I tried to bounce around a little bit and get my footwork going. And I was like, nope, my legs aren't working.
People will never know.
I'm going to walk them down, see what happens.
Yeah, people they'll never know what goes into 15 minutes worth of fighting. They'll never realize. You know what I mean? It's so crazy.
Hey, when in that
it's one of the toughest things to do in your life.
When you and because you said you didn't have a full camp, obviously you had a really short one. So in that second round, when you come out and you know that you've spent a lot of your energy or most of your, could you see that he still had plenty left?
Oh yeah, I knew it. I knew he would. I mean, that guy, he never gets tired. He goes. There's no fading in that guy. So I knew even if unless I put him away, he's going to come back fresh in the second round.
What do you think about the fight against him and Khabib, the main event?
I think
co-main event.
Sorry. I think he takes it against Khabib.
Interesting.
Especially over 5 rounds. Especially over 5 rounds, I think.
Now, what
his
makes
pace
you?
is insane, man. He's very scrambly. He tacks off bottom. He's very unorthodox in his striking. He's got much better striking than Khabib.
Yeah.
I think it's an interesting fight, but I think he gets the edge.
You think he hands him his first loss?
Yeah, I hope so, man. I can't wait for Khabib to lose.
Oh, why is that's interesting? Is it because he's undefeated, or what is it about him you don't like?
You know when someone has so much hype around them, every single person you talk to just hypes him up and oh no, Khabib, he's the best ever. Just it's terribly annoying to hear over and over and over.
How do you feel? You feel you match up well with Khabib?
That's a tough fight. He's a great wrestler with good top control. Obviously, I got the edge on the feet.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a fight I'm looking forward to eventually down the line. But yeah, it's one we're gonna have to train our asses off for and really come in prepared with some top-notch wrestling.
Is it annoying to hear too because he's in the same weight class? Like it's probably much more annoying when it's a guy in your weight class.
Nah, that doesn't bother me. It could be a heavyweight. It's just when someone talks about it like that, I'm like, man, come on. He's gonna lose eventually.
Yeah, you're like, don't put him on a pedestal. Anybody can get taken out. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's gonna lose eventually. It's just a matter of time.
Well, yeah, and you wonder if there's any more pressure because I mean, I think I want to say Tony is 20-3. I'm not sure if I'm remembering that correctly, but he's already had a couple of losses, so there's a little bit. It seems like the first loss won't be as devastating as it might be for Khabib.
Yeah, I mean, Khabib's carrying a whole country on his shoulders. Like everybody in Russia and everybody in Dagestan is they are his best friend and like they are his biggest supporters. He shows up to the fights and he's got like a group of like 60 Russians with him, just all supporting him. I mean, I'm talking about like not even the fans in the stands. I mean, like by his side. There's a lot of pressure on that guy, so I'm sure he feels it.
And you train at Jackson Wink. How is John Jones?
He's good, man. He's grappling right now. Comes into grappling all the time, training, getting his jiu-jitsu better.
Yeah, it looks pretty good versus Dan Henderson.
Yeah.
He grappled Dan Henderson. He got him.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
He's fighting July, right?
Who's that?
Jones.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to.
Him and Cormier finally had their rematch.
Oh.
It's almost like waiting for Tyson Holyfield. Jesus Christ, for years. Well, good luck, man. You're really, really a fun fighter to watch. And I like the way you said you're just kind of creating it as you go along. It's improv because you really you don't know what you're going to do. Again, like I've said, you would be very hard to train for the way you move, and the way you hold your arms and the way you move with your legs. You're a very difficult guy to train for.
Yeah, very entertaining, buddy.
Man. Thank you guys.
And good luck. You're fighting David Teymur. This is obviously UFC 209, Woodley versus Thompson's the main event.
One hell of a card.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you fight and hopefully get to meet you in the future. Okay.
I appreciate it, fellas. Look forward to it.
Thanks, Landon. Take care.
Take care, Lando.
Lando Vannata, really, really a promising lightweight who had 1-1 in the UFC, but the one loss was to Ferguson, and like you said, he didn't have a proper camp.
Man, listen, I know we're going to be getting out of here soon. Do you want to do any kind of plugs for anything before I get my whole family in here? Or is there anything else we want to talk about?
I will plug this.
Only because I know when we get them in here, it might be a circus.
I will plug this.
What are you plugging?
Besides the fact that I'm with Sam Roberts every morning on Sirius XM.
When are you going to invite me back?
Whenever you want to come.
I put you on the spot.
No, you didn't.
You do ask me when I'm off air, though. You go, I want you to come in.
I would love to have you. I'm thinking maybe Friday.
I like Sam.
I do
Sam's
too.
A good guy.
Well, he's all right.
Is he not that great?
Yeah, he's good.
Nah, he's a nice guy.
Oh, by the way, can I just say, the John Jones Cormier, I mean, he might come back in July, but that's not a set.
Well, that's what I wasn't sure, yeah.
Because he's fighting Rumble. So.
Oh, Rumble, wait, who is?
How dare you? How dare you?
Oh, that was my mistake.
So in other words, Jimmy, I don't want to put you on the spot. You're just looking right past Rumble Johnson.
No, I made a terrible mistake. I thought that when I heard, I'm thinking Cormier Jones too, but it's Cormier Rumble too. That was my mistake.
That was our mistake. That's
Sorry
why
about
when
that.
you threw that off, I was like, yeah.
Oh, you should have told me. You should just tell me to shut up. I made a mistake.
No, I wasn't sure myself because I'm shot.
As you know, I'm a big fan
of
Anthony Rumble Johnson, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, him and Mark Hunt.
And Ngannou.
Who?
Francis,
Ngannou. Hey, how do you say it?
Francis Ngannou.
Ngannou.
What was I just saying about? Oh, my Netflix special is March the 14th.
I can't wait. It's 10 days after the big fight.
That's right. 12 days from now. Or is it? I don't know. No, it's more than that. 12 days. It's not even. I'm so shitty with time.
I'm not good with time. I know we're running out of time. What else you want to plug?
That's all I had to plug.
Let's bring the Serras in here. Let's say hello to my family.
They're an
you want to get them, Chris,
family.
the producer?
A lovely family.
Yeah, we're going to say hello. We'll let each one of them get on the mic, and we'll just have them say their name, and that this is exciting for them. This was like bring your family to work day today, Jimmy. Right. Let's see let's see my tribe come in. Oh, there's my firstborn.
Hello.
And there's my secondborn.
Hello.
And then there's my thirdborn, and there's the queen.
And they come in perfect order from
Look at this. So let me see. We're going to start this thing off, and we're going to have to talk right into the mic. Jimmy might have a question for you. I don't know. This is exciting. But let's start with our names, okay? Right in the mic. Let's see.
My name is Angelina.
Oh, that's cute. What about you? What's your name? Right? You got to get right close.
My name is Maria.
Oh, that's right. That's your name. What about you?
Sophia.
Hello, Sophia.
Sophia. And hold on. Listen, you know what's great about my wife? Some people, they want to stick their heads in. She never wants to be in a picture. I will. She doesn't want to be on mic right now, but I'm going to have her say hello. Just look at her hiding. Just say hello. Just say hello. Oh, she's so sweet.
They're a lovely family.
Any questions for these young ladies, Jimmy, before we wrap this thing up and go see The Lion King for Angelina's birthday?
Does your dad speak highly of me around the house?
Does Dad say nice things about his friend here?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah?
I was a little hesitant, but I'll accept that.
I
was a little hesitant. Now, are all of you looking forward to see? Whose idea was to see The Lion King? You all want to see it?
It was my mom's idea.
It was your mom's idea, and it's your birthday.
Uh-huh.
And you turned. What else did you get for your birthday?
I got a new iPad.
Oh, look at you.
And, a case.
You got a case for the iPad?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you have to have that. So
you got some good stuff.
Now, is it great for all of you now? It's your sister's birthday, but you're all getting to see The Lion King. So it's her birthday, and you're all getting a gift. That's pretty great.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, man, let me tell you. And they're excited because they got a dance competition coming up. And they are so excited. Well, let's give a shout out to your dance school because you love that. You guys practically live there. Go ahead. What's the name of your dance school? You could say it. Get both of you together. Get in here. What's the name of your dance school? Say it.
Legacy Dance Center.
Oh, in Massapequa? Who's your teacher?
Miss Dana, Miss Ashley, and Miss Jenna.
Oh, look at that. That's so nice. All right, listen.
I danced when I was a kid. I did. I wore the same outfit you're wearing. I was really an adorable little dancer, but I hurt my leg.
Could you picture him wearing that little tutu like you're wearing? That would be weird.
Oh, it was wonderful. I was a swan.
Listen, we're going to say goodbye to the audience, everything else. Sophia, do you have anything else to say? You can say it right in.
Any questions?
I love you.
You love me? I love you. Oh, wow. Don't get me crying on here. That'd be very embarrassing. You remember what's that movie what's the movie when the daddy was crying? Do you remember?
Daddy's home.
Daddy's home. And what did the kids say? Don't cry like a little. I like when he cries like a little. I'm not going to say because it's a bad word. It rhymes with witch. Don't say that word though.
A little snitch.
All right, Jimmy.
Thank you guys for listening. This was very fun. Thank you to our guests. Thank you so much to Lando Vannata and of course Dale Earnhardt Jr. and more importantly the Serras.
Yes, Serras. Thank you.
For the Serras. And we will be back. We'll talk to you soon and enjoy The Lion King, guys.
Oh, we sure will. All right. Take care.